Okay, this is Shane here at Accurate Archery. We just got in a demo bow to try out, the new G5 Prime Centroid bow. It's a 34-inch axle-to-axle bow, 332 IBO, 7 1/4 brace height. I must say, just on first appearance, the opti fade looks really good. There's no stretch, no fade into the corners. Everything's real crisp. On the pattern. It's got a nice finish on it. I like it quite a bit. Setting up, we briefly set it up. We got basically a D-loop and a peep. Got a G5 Expert Pro drop-away rest. Set up really easy, dead down the center, level nock travel. That's one thing about these new cams that they're designing right now. They're saying they're pretty much eliminating all vertical and level nock travel. And I can say just after shooting it a little bit here, I mean it's at a 30-inch draw right now. It's a 60-pound bow at 30-inch draw. And it's way too long for myself right now, but even floating, not getting an established anchor point, I mean shooting it at 15 yards, I was driving tacks. I mean, you know, a group the size of a quarter, consistently, probably about maybe 15 arrows or so. And so, I mean, it's really driving tacks for a 30-inch bow and having a floating anchor point at full draw, just because I'm not definitely a 30-inch draw guy. Very impressed with it. I think, you know, I put a sight on, put a peep in it just I wanted to see how well it shot, just out of the box. It's a very good shooter. Really, honestly, I don't have much to say, you know, negative about it. Got a lot of good features to it. It's got that new 7000 series aluminum riser. I believe it's the only bow company out there on the market making the 7000 series aluminum riser. There's a lot of technology into this bow. The tie glide flex cable guard there. That actually is pretty impressive. There is one thing on that. There's a lot of guys out there that might, you know, I think there's been already a couple reviews saying about the cables being in the way of the sight itself at full draw. They actually do impede into the sight window through the peep. But I mean, I myself shoot with both eyes open, and I don't really find it that big of a deal. It really wouldn't make or break, you know, the sale of a bow, in my opinion. If you do close one eye, you know, you might notice it a little bit more than someone that actually shoots with both eyes open. I mean, that's probably about the only negative so far that I can find in the bow. Everything else, it holds very steady on the shot, very comfortable, smooth on the draw. It is a little stiff drawn, but smooth all the way back through the transition, through the valley, into the back wall. Solid back wall, it's got dual draw stops. Really don't have a whole lot of complaints. I mean, if I was to pick one, it would probably be just the cable being in the sight window of the sight itself, you know, while looking through the peep. Other than that, no complaints at all. Shooting a 371 grain arrow. We got at a 30-inch draw at a 60-pound bow. We were pushing about 300 feet per second. And but I'll give you a couple shots. You can see it in the draw cycle, you know, and I'll explain a little bit about that. One other thing is too, you do have to actually take your vein, cock vein out. The cables do run a little bit close, so you traditionally won't be able to use your cock vein up. Cock vein out, cock vein 1 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood would be probably your best option with this bow. But let me run a few shots through here and show you guys how it performs. Now again, it's a 30-inch draw, so it's definitely longer for me, but very smooth. Completely dead in the hand, it just sits there upon the shot. It's got great feel to it. I think G5 hit a home run in a bow this year in the Prime line itself. Very smooth. I mean, it's easy to handle. It's probably set at about 75% let off right now, and it's still got room to move on the draw stops. I'm sure it'll do 80 no problem with the room it's got on the draw stops. But very easy to handle, very stable at full draw. Really impressed considering a 30-inch draw, and I'm 28.5 or so. 29's even pushing it. But even the let down at full draw, I mean, it's not going to take your arm off by no means. Real easy to let down, very smooth. I mean, I got tendonitis, and I mean, I can do it with no problem. Very smooth on the draw, very smooth on the let down. So there you have it. Try out a new G5 Prime line. This is a Centroid. They also have the shift in a 30-inch model, axle to axle. Definitely a new runner on the market. I think you're going to be happy with it.